Live here. We should be. All right, we're live. So, folks, let me have your attention. So now, Alex had some interesting ideas that he wanted to see come to life, and it kind of occurred to me that this was a good example to show you some things. Also, there are some people where we've been talking about a command called the clone command, right? So that you can clone parts of your game. That's going to serve a few important purposes. So, folks, stop, look, listen. So the clone command, let's say, for one thing, at the end of, when your game is complete, one of our primary goals in making a game in Minecraft is that we have it automated. So you're starting to learn and dabble with NPCs with commands, command blocks, which I'll show you some more about, and other ways to make things happen automatically. Some of my students a while ago, and Harvey Scribner's watching us. Hey, Harvey. So, a number of two of my students a while back, and this is what I always love about this class, is this is something that didn't even occur to me. I don't even think I really understood the potential for the clone command at the time. We have one team in here who I know is using it because they want to clone buildings, right? So let's say you build a house, and let's say you want to you say, oh, wait a minute, we really wanted it over there. You can clone it and move it. Let's say you decide you want to make a village, and you made this one great house, and now you want to make 20 of them. You can do that. But these guys, what they did was they wanted to basically reset their mini game, okay? This is one of my 8th grade classes. So watch this. So here's the basics of the game, which I think for what you were looking at, Alex, kind of makes sense for the kind of thing you were looking at. So they have to run through here, right? Oops. So I died. I should be in survival. Okay. So I died. Oops. Now, when I look over here, my world is still a little bit not together, right? So first off, on an interesting note, do you see how they made it so the floor drops from under you? They were pretty creative in that. How'd they do that? Anybody know why that worked? Well, Joseph, how did that work?
So basically, I think it made some with pistons and like they have
No pistons. Sorry, but it would work potentially with pistons.
in Minecraft, sand falls when there's no blocks under it. I think you have to make TNT if there's falling in the sand
But why isn't it blowing the whole thing up then if it's TNT?
because it has in the way.
Because it what? Well, sort of, and where's the TNT falling? Well, down, but watch. The TNT, they have nothing underneath. So the TNT, when it's activated by redstone, falls, right? It's blowing up somewhere down there, but it's falling first, so it doesn't matter. Sand, when left by itself there, doesn't stay up. So gravity's a wonderful thing sometimes. So the sand falls. So they decided, and that, again, I didn't think of that. This was all them, right? So I thought that was cool. So they did that. So the sand falls, which makes the hole, which makes the part of their minigame go. Now, if you noticed, here, I'll play again. I'm terrible. I'm really not that bad, but close. So there it is. It's gone there. Now, what happens when I step on this pressure plate? I mean, what do you at least notice here? It resets. Isn't that awesome? So how did it reset? That might be the magic. But how do you think it reset?
Code builder.
Not Code Builder, but you know how it reset, sort of, because of what you're doing. Clone. Okay, so check out this. Oops, now I die again. Now, just to show you, because I need to redeem myself a little bit, let's see if I can get through a little bit of this without dying right away, because the minigame part of it's really good. Why is that happening? I don't know what's going on. Wait, hold on. I'm not that bad. Yeah. Well, hold on, wait. Why am I'm really not this bad.
Did you jump and then jump to the side?
Yeah, but no, I mean, you should. It's like a speed run type thing, and I don't know why I keep dying. Now I'm determined to at least show that I'm not that terrible. There we go. All right, we get the idea. But and actually here, I'll go in creative because I don't know. I think I'm nervous because I'm on the stream, like because people are watching, like Harvey Scribner's watching. And now he knows how bad I am at Minecraft. But here we go. So let's see now. So here's their mini game, right? Now this whole thing has to clone and recreate. Woo! Okay, you get it? So now, I can't die because I'm game mode survival. Now I'll die, and now I go back here. Now again, I can reset it again. So, here's the command. Oh, I can't do it unless I'm in... Or maybe... Alright. Alright, here we go. Why is that not... Okay, here we go. So here's the command. /clone. These three numbers, -20, 0, 23. Do you know what they represent? The coordinates of what, do you think? Where I want to start copying the object. So it's like, think of it like copying from here to here, right? And then pasting it here, -20, 0, 64. So the -20, 0, 64, if I show my setting, my coordinates, that -20, 0, 64 is -20... 0 is 4 below this, so it's starting at the bottom, right? And 64 means it's going to start 67. So, essentially, this is about where I start the cloning, right? So now watch this, though. This is the beautiful thing about their game. There's this interesting blue wall over there. Why do you think there's that interesting blue wall over there? Well, maybe. Maybe. What do you think's behind the interesting blue wall? The minigame that's going to be copied. So there, they have their whole minigame there. This one never gets messed up. So when they clone, meaning they start, I think we had it starting here but 4 below, right? And going to this end spot here, way at the end, right? Does that make sense? And then the whole thing, when they do the clone command, gets pasted, basically just defining the starting block where it should be, which is way back here, right? Now, when they created this, I got to thinking. And I said, wow, you're onto something here. I said, what if we wanted to make this a multiplayer race where multiple people were playing at the same time? So real simply, what do you think they did over here? Just cloned or pasted 2 more versions of it, one here and one here. So now in theory, 3 people could play their game and race through their speed run.
Whose game is this?
This is 2 of my 8th graders that are actually from last school year even. It was just, I love this example, so I show it often. Because it does the cloning, which you wanted. Do you see the tie-in, Alex, for what you might want to do? Like, instead of having the arrows, now you're like, ooh, you have to get over. And who said something about a bridge? You asked if you could do this with a bridge. Well, what do you think? Yeah, so just do the same thing, like build the bridge, and if you want parts to fall as you go, and you don't have to have every single one fall. You might have certain pressure plates where certain parts are going to fall, and just do that same thing. Sand, TNT, and then a pressure plate. So, like, really, when the TNT's there, the sand stays. When you do a pressure plate, which makes the TNT fall, that falls. You want to make sure, though, that there's a lot of room for the TNT to fall, or if it's like, let's say you have sand, TNT, and then other blocks right here, what's going to happen, really? The TNT will explode because there's nowhere else to go, right? Make sense? So does that help you all have some new ideas for how some of these challenges might work? Just thinking of how other people did things. Now, I'm not saying that everybody should now have a speed run like this, but everybody should have, but it could give you other ideas to spin off of this, okay? So with that, I'll stop our stream for today. Are there any other questions? Because if there's another question about anything that you want me to demo, I could do it while we still are streaming. Anyone? Anyone have anything they've been thinking about that they're like, ooh, how do I... All right, well, if you do, we'll come back later on. What keeps players who are logged in from destroying your work or plowing through a round in creations locked by admin? There's a lot about digital citizenship and creating the culture around what has to happen. So the the way this game is made, when somebody's playing it, they would be in adventure mode, so they can't then destroy stuff. If somebody was joined in my world right now, yeah, they could. That would not be demonstrating good citizenship, and we would, there might be consequences if that were to happen. A lot of talk goes around what's appropriate. Usually kids are working in their game with their team, and then every once in a while we do have somebody just wander in, and people are like, get out of our world, and then we address that, Can you adapt scoring electronically for running these obstacle courses? There's something called scoreboards in Minecraft that I haven't become too comfortable or familiar with yet. Education Edition, I believe, now has scoreboards, so yeah, there would be ways to do things like that. There are also other interesting, tricky ways you could do stuff. Like, let's say I made it that every time that if I get through to the end, maybe I interact with an NPC, maybe that NPC gives me an emerald and then teleports me back to the beginning, and then I try again. And then if I get to the end again, I get a second emerald, and then, maybe we see who has the most emeralds at the end, or something like that. These are all good possibilities. But kids have to kids get creative, and it opens up opportunities for them to think about how that might work. 30 licenses, yes. Let me know how I can help, and there's other videos here in my Twitch stream that'll cover certain things, and then my YouTube channel, which is like Wham's Game Design, has tons of videos, and I also have a Pinterest board. I'll drop in the message here. Pinterest.com/SteveI2071. That Pinterest link has all sorts of student work and tutorials and things like that. So I'm going to log off for now. Thanks for watching. It's always great when we have people in and interacting, so join anytime you can, and if you ever want a class to participate and join with us, let me know. Catch you later.